Got a lot of NBA playoff going on. A lot of people who probably in their feelings about the NBA playoff because it might just not be going right. And my artist I'm going to be talking to tonight, we definitely going to get into a little bit of that because of where he's from. But before we even get into the NBA playoffs and what's going on with the NBA playoffs, I got to say this episode of the Ridin Durty Show and each and every episode of the Ridin Durty Show is brought to you by the good people over at drjuicecleanse.com. That's right, drjuicecleanse.com is a all-natural cleanser that promises, and when I say promises, to do all kind of great things for your body. It does just that. Great things for your body. Here we go. I'm set up straight now. It does great things for your body, like it can help you lose up to 25 pounds in just 10 days. Now you tell me, who don't want to lose 25 pounds in 10 days? Because I do. I want to lose 25 pounds, whether it's 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. I just need to lose 25 damn pounds. And I know there's a lot of other people out there like me who need to lose 25 pounds. But not only will Dr. Juice Cleanse help you lose 25 pounds in 10 days, it can help slow down the aging process. It can help eliminate stress or provide stress relief. It can provide a balanced pH and remove all kind of toxins and things from our body that we just don't want in our body. It can do all those things and a lot more. But you know what? Without me just telling you all the things that Dr. Juice Cleanse, with me just telling you the things that Dr. Juice Cleanse can do for your body, then you might be like, I don't believe it. So what I want you to do is go over to Dr. Juice Cleanse yourself and find out for yourself all the things they can do and become a drinker of drjuicecleanse.com. All right? That will make me very, very happy. If you become a client of Dr. Juice Cleanse, I'll feel like I've done my civic duty. I feel like the Ridin Durty Show has done its civic duty. So do me a favor right now. You can, if you're listening via the computer, you can split your screen and go over to drjuicecleanse.com, find out more about the product, and become a drinker. Just like me. All right, also, brand new sponsor of the show, one time for overflowcafe.com. Now, when you think of overflow and cafe, you might think of maybe a coffee shop or a place to serve drinks. But no, that's not what Overflow Cafe does. Overflow Cafe is a unique, let me figure out how to put it for my new listeners. It's a unique browser company. It's basically a company that can get you traffic. That's right, unique traffic. It can get you unique traffic to your website, to your social media account, wherever you're trying to drive your traffic to. Overflowcafe.com can do just that for you. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a brand new product, if you have a product that you're using the World Wide Web to help generate traffic, if you're using social media to generate traffic to your music, if you're a film producer, whatever you're doing, you can link yourself with overflowcafe.com and start generating traffic, which will turn to likes, buyers, listens, clicks, whatever you're aiming for in this world of business. Overflowcafe.com can help you because they generate traffic directly to you. You understand what I'm saying? If you're in a small town like Griffin, Georgia, and you're like, well, you know what? It doesn't really do good for people in California to check out my product because I don't want to do all that shipping, but I want people in the Southeast region to check me out. Well, overflowcafe.com can not only get you traffic, but they can get you traffic in your area, in the area of your business. So overflowcafe.com is definitely can cut out the middleman, cut out years of advertising by generating traffic to your platform. Again, whether it's your social media site, whether it's your website. So overflowcafe.com can do the trick. So visit them now at overflowcafe.com and start getting customers, likes, listens, whatever it is you're trying to get. Start getting that today. And tell them Vic XL and the Ridin Durty Show sent you. Now, like I said, today is Sunday, April the 15th. It's birthday time. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's time to shout out birthdays. And first, I want to say happy birthday to someone who is becoming a favorite of mine. Happy birthday to my man, Jacquees. Jacquees turns 24 years old today, and he turned 24 in style because he just released a brand new record featuring himself and T.I. Dope record. I heard it while I was in the car today. It just dropped today. Also, he has a huge record with Dage Loaf in the club. And he has the other record, "No, they wanna touch. I just wanna." I don't know the hell he be saying, but happy birthday to my man Jacquees, and he's starting the year off right. And he's celebrating his birthday right with hit music. I also gotta say happy birthday to entertainer and reality star Carly Red of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fame. She turns 40 years old today. I also want to say happy birthday to R&B singer / rapper Esther Dean. Y'all might remember her from the song Gucci You Don't Love Me, Gucci You Don't Love Me. Esther Dean turns 32 years old today. I also want to say happy birthday to international artist Ayaz. He turns 31 years old today. And I would definitely like to say happy birthday to one of my favorite producers in the city, legendary producer, DJ, my man, Soul Messiah. Gotta say happy birthday to him. He's definitely been doing it on the Atlanta and international scene for years. But gotta say happy birthday to my man, Soul Messiah. Definitely been putting it in, creating a great foundation and a body of hip-hop work in the city of Atlanta and all across the world. So that's celebrity birthdays for Sunday, April the 15th. Real quick headline news. I gotta say, man, this whole Cardi B, Nicki Minaj thing, I told y'all about this, but this Cardi B, Nicki Minaj thing is getting a little bit out of hand. It seems like as Nicki released her brand new song over the weekend, it seems like now Cardi B is starting to say a little slick things. Nicki took a couple of shots at Cardi B, and now it seems like Nicki Minaj was reduced to tears when she heard Cardi B speaking of her. Now, I don't know if that's a ploy because, sometimes women can cry on a drop of a dime. But Nicki seems to be hurt because she feels like Cardi B is disrespecting her. I don't know what's really going on. You know what I think's going on? I've been saying this for years over at WRFG on the radio show. I've been saying for years, it's something about this male-dominated hip-hop industry that will not allow two women to be on top at the same time. I don't know why. You can have 50 men on top, but when there's a woman, it seems like the women have to go after each other. Now, I don't know why that is. I don't know. It's only in hip hop. It's not like that in pop. It's not like that in country, R&B. But in hip hop, it seems like women are automatically pitted against each other or automatically don't like each other. I don't know why the women feel like they have to, maybe it's cattiness. I don't know what it is. But it seems like the women automatically go after each other when there's somebody's in the number one spot. I don't know. And speaking of Nicki Minaj, it seems like, everybody was wondering about Nicki. She disappeared from Twitter. She disappeared from Instagram. Well, she says she took time off from social media because she wants to now create the best album of her life. And that album is coming because over the weekend, like I said, she released 2 brand new records, Ching Lu and Barbie Teens. So check those out. Oh, it seems like my man, The Game, I've been talking about this, Game has been accused of sexual assault. Well, he's going to court. I think he's going to get acquitted or not even charged. And he wants his accuser to pay his lawyer bills because he's with the shits. And the accuser got to pay. If he ain't going to jail, if he ain't getting sued, he ain't losing, the accuser going to have to pay. So we're going to see what happens with that. And lastly, in headline news, it seems like former Disney star, my man Orlando Brown, has been arrested by bounty hunters. And not only arrested by bounty hunters, but he was caught by a celebrity bounty hunter. Lucky the bounty hunter. Orlando, hey man, you have really fallen off since Disney. That's all I can say. You've really fallen off. And a quick get well soon to 1017 artists, Gucci Mane's labels, Lil Quill and Young Maul. Seemed like they were struck by gunfire while doing shows in Nashville over this weekend. So get well soon to them. Okay? All right. Little headline news for you guys. Had little birthdays and sponsors. Now, it's time for us to do what we do best. And what we do best is bring you what's next. But instead of bringing you what's next later, we bring you what's next now. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with no further ado from me, I'd like to open the phone lines up and say, welcome to my man, the legend, KC. What's going on, my guy?
Breaking up, in and out. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. The legend KC in the building. How you doing, sir?
Oh, man, I'm all right. Sitting back, chilling.
All right, so let's start this thing off because I started the show talking about the NBA playoff, and that ass whipping that the Cavaliers took today. And I know that you're from Akron, Ohio. So I don't know if you heard me talking about it. Did you get a chance to hear me talking about the playoffs?
No, I didn't, man. I was having some phone issues. I couldn't get in. I couldn't get through to you.
All right, well,
that's why my call is taking so long.
All right, well, being from Akron, Ohio, are you a Cleveland Cavaliers fan?
I'm more of a player fan myself. So I'm a LeBron fan. So yeah, I guess I have to take the whole Cavs.
So what's going on? What's going on with LeBron? So I might become a LeBron fan next year. If LeBron comes to LA, I will be a LeBron fan. But what's going on with LeBron?
You know what? I look at it like this. Every time you got to fill out your opponent. And I believe that's what the Cavs is doing for this playoff run, is filling out their opponent. So the first loss wasn't that bad.
The Pacers, though?
Well, they are an interesting team to play against.
Bro,
I
believe I can make the Pacers. And I'm in my 40s. And I'm 5'5".
They just, like I said, taking their own sweet time, want to make it worth it. Because you got to look at it. At the end of the day, it's all about money.
That's right. They got to make it interesting.
Right. You don't want to sweep them out right off the bat.
I can understand.
You want people to pay attention.
I can definitely understand that. So look, you know what? Enough about the Cavaliers and LeBron. Let's talk about the legend KC. You're from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
What was it?
By way of D.C.
Okay. What was it like growing up in Ohio and D.C.?
Well, you got to remember, man, D.C. is fast-paced and fun. You got a lot going on. You got the street life you can have. You got the reggae life you can be a part of. Different cultures left and right. I mean, you can walk down Pennsylvania Ave and see Koreans on one side, blacks on the other. Go around the corner, you see a whole bunch of Jamaicans, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different culture. Akron, slow pace, It's slow. It ain't a lot to do. It ain't a lot to get into, even though, the city, they try. They try, but it ain't a lot to get into. If you want to raise your kids somewhere slow without all the problems, you can do that here. But as long as you can go somewhere else, you're good.
All right. What made you get into music? Because not only are you into music, you're into a lot of other things that we're going to get into later. But what made you get into music?
I started liking music way back in the, Cool Herc, Don't Push Me Over the Edge, Curtis Blow and all of that. When I seen that I can do it too, and I had a good gift for gab because I was always good at writing poems, I decided to turn that into putting some beats behind it. And once I heard LL's Rock the Bells, it was pretty much over from there. I was like, it's on, I can go.
So would you say those are your influences, or who are some of your influences?
Ooh, good one. Man, influences. Got to give it to L. For one, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, DMX. I would say those would be my influences, or at least I think that's where part of my style comes from.
All right. And speaking of style and creating your music, how much of the artists that influence you can be heard in your music or in your style?
Well, interesting. I never thought I'd have that kind of question. The thing is, I rap so many different ways, depending on what the song is about, that if you listen into the whole album, you'll find different artist types on there. KC is not just one style. He's fluid in all of them. So, you might, when I'm talking about the love of a life or something like that, you might hear that LL's I Need Love type flow, But when I'm getting lyrical, on some lyricist type stuff, you might hear some Rakim. If I'm speaking West Coast, you might hear some Ice Cube style flow. So it's kind of it's all of them wrapped up into one.
All right. So with that being said, and having different flows and different styles, do you think that's necessary in today's hip hop, or do you think that's necessary as a hip hop artist to be able to show that versatility?
Yeah, you have to have versatility. If nobody wants to hear the same thing all day, every day. Perfect example is DMX. DMX is a very artistic artist. He's very fluent in his way of style. He's very charismatic. But if he rapped like Ja Rule all the time and it sounded the exact same, Ja Rule never changed the way he would speak to you. The way he would rap, the way he would talk was the exact same. He never changed. He never changed up. DMX at least gave you the, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying, to go with it. He was very. I can't even think of the word that I'm trying to use right now to explain it, but it wasn't simple. It was very interesting every time he did something. So, yeah, you got to have something different.
All right, I definitely can dig that. So, because as I've done my research on you, like you've been in the game for years, like you've released over 12 projects. Number one,
right?
What was that very first project you released, and what was it like? And do you actually remember the year?
Yeah, the very first project was 01, 02, 0 something. It was between 2001 2002. That was my very first solo project. It's called Impression. Impression was Impression was where hip hop left off. You know what I'm saying? That was the impression I got of hip hop as when I first started, so to speak. That's how, to me, hip hop sounded. Hip hop was just straight to the point, boom bap, battle, always braggadocio, every now and then threw some politics in it. But it was very, I'm the best, that's all it is to it, and I dare anybody to try me. And that was what Impression was about.
All right. And what was I'm gonna treat music like they told me about sex. Only thing that matters is only thing you really remember in sex is your first and your last. So the last project was entitled what?
A Legend Never Dies.
And why did you pick that title?
Well, in all my albums, it's like a book. I'm writing a book actually called Chronicles of a Legend. So in all my albums is like a book. If you start from the beginning and you go to where you're at now, you'll hear my life story in all of my albums. You can read it. The at first, the then, the now, the later, the before. You'll hear all of that when you listen to the albums in the chronological order that they are. And they all spell out something. So it's my life in music, as most people do. They put their life in music. A Legend Never Dies was basically because, to me, legends never die. Even though Prince is gone, may he rest well in heaven's paradise. Michael is gone. We have all these other singers, these great singers that have passed, Whitney and so forth and so on. Their music is going to live on. So as well as their music live on, their legacy, their legend lives on. Legends never die.
All right, that's definitely true and definitely dope. Why did you pick that name, The Legend KC?
Because for one, there's so many KCs out there, man. I went through so many names when I first started this a long time ago, back when I was in my group NBC Posse. I was E-Rock. I was Zork E. You know what I'm saying? Because my name is Ernest. So I was like E-Love. I was E-Dope. I was doing everything with an E. And then my man, back then, my man said, man, you cold, chill with your you doing all that. So I ended up changing my name to Cold Chill, which was KOLECHILL. And then KOLE, that's not really a word. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just make it KC, and I stuck with KC for the longest. And then there's been a lot of KCs out there, and there's a guy named KC Legend, and it's like, dude, you're killing me. But I changed my name. Well, my other pseudonym of my name. I got a copy written like 5-6 years ago, and The Legend KC was born. So I go by The Legend KC or just KC, but yeah.
All right. Have all your projects been released under that name, The Legend KC, or were some of your projects released under other monikers?
Some of them has been released under KC. Actually, what I've been trying to do was go back and make sure I get those monikers to go with the older albums, but, you know, there's only so much that you can actually do. So even with that, it's under just KC by itself. You know what I'm saying? Like K period, space, C period. You know, because there's very minute changes that will cause it to be hard to find your music. It's really weird. You know, a lot of people that do music know this. It's really weird. You can have the smallest thing, you know, and can't nobody find you. Like some people don't put the periods in my name and then you can't find me. So it's just weird like that. So I usually tell people, go look for the album name. Yeah, it'll be easier to find me that way.
Okay. Also, as I was doing my research about you, it's like you're a regular Renaissance man because you do more than just rap. Like you have NBC Posse Production, you have a printing company, publishing, clothing line. Tell me a little bit about each one of your ventures.
Well, as I've said in a few things, you can't just rely on your music. You can't, you know, it's not saying that you will make it or you won't make it. You got to have more going on with yourself. As far as my clothing line, I have a clothing line called Legend Wear. You know, we got T-shirts, hats, you know, jogging outfits, things like that. And that's just the support of the company, you know, my company, NBC Posse Productions. And I use some of that, you know, if you want to support the company, you go ahead and grab you a shirt or whatever the case may be. Some of my money that comes in goes to charities like St. Jude and so forth and so on. As far as the printing, we do that. I'm partnered with another print house, so some of the stuff that, you know, that my graphics company do, we can print for you through my other print house affiliates. And my mastering, I do that. I mean, if you guys say you have to have more than just one thing going on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I could still build an engine from the ground up, probably with my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of my other loves. So,
all right. Do you ever see yourself, especially now that you took on the moniker the Legend, do you ever see yourself putting the mic down?
All right. I'm 45. I've been rapping since 14. I took it serious, you know, right before my mother passed when I was 21. I was just coming home from paying a political debt, so to speak. And she died 24 hours later. Got to talk to her, chop it up with her and everything. And she died 24 hours later. So I had wanted to give it up. But one of the things that my mother and my parents always taught me is never give up something that is your dream. So as long as I can spit, as long as I got the breath, the will, and the drive, I can do it. That goes for anybody. Anything that you got a dream of trying to do, I don't care if you know 15 or 50. If you can do it, go for it. Now, if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. But my plan is I'm at 12. My plan is to get to 18 albums. And when I get to 18, that's when the Legend puts the mic down.
Why 18?
At 18, well, you know, what other independent local artist has ever really, or I'm actually a little further than local, but what other independent local artist has ever dropped 18 albums? I want to be one of the first that's done it. I'm one of the first in my city that's dropped 12.
You're one of the first I know, period. I've been doing radio for over 15 years. I like to say I'm pretty abreast with independent artists in all areas. You're one of the first independent artists I know that do 12 because most people give it up, and I really admire that.
Right. Well, you know, it's not a matter, you know, I was told by somebody, man, I mean, because I know a lot of people in the game, in the business, that this person used to be affiliated with the Crunk Girls or something like that. The Girls of Crunk or Queens of Crunk. And one of his comments was, if you're not in it to make money, then why are you in it? Well, my answer was simple, because I love it. You know, if a person can sit there and write an autobiography about their life and ain't making no money really from it, or just writing a book about their life, or a book about Christopher Columbus, or a book about this person, a book about that person. Why can't I make music about me?
Man,
I do it because I enjoy it.
That's so real. So real. So real. What do you enjoy most? What do you enjoy most? Being on stage or being in the studio?
It's a mixture of both. Being on stage gives you a feeling of what the crowd like, interacting with the crowd, getting off stage, shaking hands, people saying, man, good look, good job. That's what's up. But being in the studio, you know, when I'm in the studio, I write my songs and I perform in the studio as if I'm on stage or in a video, because I need to know the full scope of how it's going to come out. How is it going to transfer to the people that's listening to it? When you listening to my music, I want you to either A, put yourself in my shoes, or feel where I'm coming from. And when I attack it that way, I believe I come up with better hits, not just album fillers. I don't do album fillers. I do something that's if I do a song that's going to go on the album, and when I do the song that's going to go on the album, I'm going to do that song on stage. So it's really just a 50-50 thing.
All right. So look, we got about 3 minutes left in the show, and we're definitely going to end the show with
man.
We're going to end the show with a song. But before we do, talk a little bit about your latest project, A Legend Never Dies.
A Legend Never Dies is a collection of tracks that I did. A couple of them. One of them with my man Jay Murder, up and coming artist on the company, NBC Posse Productions. Called Time to Shine. We did that song. I was just at a certain place in my life. I had just did an album recently called Legend Continues, a year and a half, 2 years prior. And unfortunately at that time, I had lost my brother. So in the middle of creating that album, it turned. The whole album turned. The whole energy changed on what I was trying to do. And now, like I said, that album was called Legend Continues, and it just didn't come out like I wanted it to. So I was a little upset with that album, even though it garnered a lot of attention. I was upset with the way it came out. So I wanted to go back in the studio once I got my bearings together from losing my brother. As a matter of fact, just last year, I just lost my godfather in February and my godmother in November. But I was able to finish the album beforehand. And I was able to give them A Legend Never Dies, the energy that I was looking for. And I used the loss of my brother as my focus on me getting that, because in this Akron, everybody knew my brother. Again, A Legend Never Dies. So it was a big focus around all of it. Everything has a meaning.
Okay. All right. So look, I got a record by you, and I want to drop this record that you sent over. But before we do, let the people know, number one, how to get the album and how to find you on social media.
Check it, man. For all those that's listening, man, I appreciate it. My man's here. He be looking out, Ridin Durty. I like that. You can hit me up at thelegendkc.com. That's one whole word, thelegendkc.com, or facebook.com, thelegendkc. The Legend KC on Instagram. I'm everywhere. I'm trying to be everywhere anyway. DA1KC at YouTube. You can buy my album and all my albums off my Legend KC page, the Legend KC homepage. And, actually it's cheaper off of there, truthfully, because I didn't go through the distributors on that one. I went, hey, look, I'm trying to give it to my people. Here you go, straight up and forward.
All right. My last question before I have you introduce this record. What has been the most challenging thing about being an independent artist for you?
The most challenging thing about being an independent artist, I think, for any artist, is just grabbing the attention of the people. Just getting it out there. You can put it online and social media all day long, but if ain't nobody gravitating towards it, it doesn't matter. They say, get your city on your side and then everybody will follow you, but that's not true. I have more people, in Africa, Guam, Ghana, and Canada than I do in the United States. But the following in the United States is getting bigger. You see what I'm saying? So all I say for the independent artists, just keep pushing and keep grinding, and it's gonna happen one way or another.
All right, now do me one big favor and drop this record for me.
Yo, what up, man? This your boy, the Legend KC, sitting here chilling. Album A Legend Never Dies is out right now. TheLegendKC.com. Ridin Durty, about to pump up that joint shake.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my man, the Legend.
You know what I'm saying? So,
the Legend KC in the building. Let's just shake that. Appreciate it, my G.
All right, fam.
Tristan on the track.
Here we go.
What's up, Luis? Hola, Luis. Hola, hola.
Yo, hip, pose, now dip, low
Man, the Legend KC.
and damn, you big rock stilettos on your steps. Red bottles of Jimmy Choo. Got that bubble sitting right like I don't know what to do. Need a chick that's classy with a little bit of hood. I know the one is that. Miss Glato, what's good? Now here's my chance. Hey, Legend, you a heathen. I know I can't help it.
One time for my man, the Legend KC. Y'all make sure y'all visit him at thelegendkc.com.
That's what I like. That jiggle fits just right. Better go fast to the baseline. They grind the baby, I'ma stay fight. You rock your hips just right. Trick a little baby, I just might. I'm here for the night, sleep. Trying to sweat it out with you. It's foreplay in the backseat. I'm trying to see what your tips do. You can do that with that G, baby. Okay, you win it. But first, let me put my face in. Come on, rock your hips. Oh, your hips. 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 Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that thing. 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 Oh, yeah. Just to ride to be your Kelly on your leash. All places fine, steady, all places see me. Baby, I don't flirt, I just love free. I don't chase the chick, they chase the chick. Rockin' my tips like a strip team. Blow for the VIP. I don't smoke at his house. Go what you want, just make it fun. Lip gloss in your high heels. By my ears, it gets real. Now stop, boo. Take a photo. This baby, let the song show. Now stop.
Farewell to my man, Dez Bryant. Right to the Cowboys, my man, Dez Bryant.
Sex addict, feeling to it, sex fact. My baby, I'm swole. Rock your hips up on that pole. That hair along with that good skin. Must get your protein. No track showing his talent showing. Damn, girl, you look mean. Yeah, boo, I ain't playing. I see that you grown. My plan is, I'm the man. I'ma take you on. Yeah, boo, I ain't playing. I see that you're grown. My plan is, I'm the man, baby. I'ma take you on. Come on, rock your hips. Oh, your hips. Yeah, rock your hips. Come on, oh, come on, your hips. Yeah, rock your hips. Come on, oh, your hips. Yeah, rock your hips. Yeah, oh, what they say. Come on, rock your hips. Shake that thing. 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 Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that rock. Your hips. Shake that oh. Your hips. Shake that oh.
One time for my man, the Legend KC. We'll be back tomorrow. It's your boy, Vic XL. We'll be back tomorrow.
Thank
But
you for using Blogtalk Radio.
before I
Goodbye.
sign off, I definitely want y'all to visit www.ridindirtyradio.com. That way you can check out my man Legend KC's Video Family First. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Ridin Dirty Radio. Make sure you go to Facebook, Ridin Dirty Radio, find that page and hit that big ass like button. One time from Sandy, one time for Extra, one time for my mom Dukes, one time for everybody on Facebook Live on the check-in. And it's your boy Vic XL, Ridin Dirty Show. And I'm out till tomorrow, 6 p.m. We'll be back. You know what, man? Keep dreaming those dreams, man. Y'all keep dreaming your dreams. If you don't have a dream, then you might as well be asleep. Shit. It's your boy Vic XL. We out.